Hello and welcome to this week's Novi Weekly Workflow. I'm Scott Eyston. Thanks as always for joining. This week we've got a really great one that features our brand new user interface. A lot of folks are trying to contextualize some of the big M&A deals that are happening and understand production profiles both pre and post merger. And so one of the interesting ones that I was looking into was just trying to see consolidation in the Midland Basin. You can see I took all of the horizontal wells that are Exxon wells that have started producing in the last 8 years. And so I'm left with this really great footprint. If I look at where those wells originally came from, you can see Pioneers in the blue, you can see green as Exxon, purple is Parsley, and then Double Point is that pink. But what this allows us to do really quickly is get to understand year over year what's the performance of this asset. And so you can see if I wanted to compare, say, a 2023 well versus a 2018 well, very easy to see the 23 has a more gradual decline and a bigger initial peak rate. One of the things that also caught our eye was just understanding, say, like a gas to oil ratio over time. And you can see 2017 at the bottom. You can see 23 is kind of right in the middle here. The other interesting thing was whenever you look at this by first production year, I can roll it over to original operator, and you can see Pioneer actually is dragging down that GOR very, very meaningfully versus, say, like an Exxon, a Double Point, or maybe even a Parsley. So a lot of good stuff in here. I know a lot of people like seeing GOR. They like seeing oil. Some people will like seeing it as a running cum. And then we also built in the ability to go in and exaggerate some of those axes. So if you do want to see what that relationship looks like, you can really zoom in to the area where there's an inflection point and see, yeah, it looks like Pioneer really up-leveled the quality of that acreage. I've been able to see really quickly not only where that production is coming from, but now I can start to break things down in terms of if I was looking at it by formation, you can start to see as kind of that Dean, as the Joe Mill, as some of those kind of secondary zones have come on and started contributing. The last thing that I think a lot of people love doing is going in and clicking and saying, okay, here is an area with a lot of offset production. And so if I click into, say, a Pioneer pad, I'm able to see the information for that particular well, but I can also start to see how they completed that particular section. So you can see they drilled in terms of like a Wolfcamp A, they drilled 6 across. Looks like they did about 6 across for the Wolfcamp B. And it looks like they came in first and drilled a lower Sprayberry shale. So I can see, what years they wound up drilling these or which formations. I can also get a sense for all the details that are filed around this particular well. And then last but not least, let's make sure that we're able to export all of this information out. So one of the really great value adds here is all of the subsurface extractions and all of the spacing extractions are going to be pre-joined to that well header file. And I can go through and select the things that I want to go through and download out. So very easy to get a sense for what that export is going to look like. When I'm ready, I'll throw in a name, hit export, and I've got all my data. So thank you as always for tuning in. We'll do a couple more of these in the coming weeks. Thank you.